This home has one of the best views in Lakeway, Texas. It also has a great design on the interior. Stay tuned for this walkthrough. Hey everyone, Raj Sahu here, realtor in Central Texas, back with another model home walkthrough. Today we're going through the Pebble Beach plan with CastleRock Homes. This plan is over 5,200 square feet, has 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, has a side entrance to a 2-car garage there. The exterior is fantastic. Good look at that would be the thumbnail of this video. And then I even have some various drone footage if you're really interested in seeing how these big sprawling exteriors look like of these homes. What I like about this home is when you first walk in, you have open to the second story, and then it's very unique in terms of how it's laid out. You have a dining room right on your right side when you first enter. Opposite of this dining room is a study behind us, which we will get to in a couple minutes. First, I want to go out to the main living area. So the way this plan is laid out, you have a lot of width in the plan, and that gets you a lot of views off these windows. And they do have this home for sale as an inventory home right down the street from this model home. And I will show you a clip of the view on that where there aren't trees right up on that home like there is on this model home. So that will give you a good idea of what's possible with this type of plan that has a living room kind of on this right side, kitchen on this back right side, and then the primary bedroom is on the opposite side of this, which has a fantastic view on this home as well as the inventory home that they have for sale. So we're gonna cover all of that in this video. First, we're gonna start with the kitchen area. I like what they did here with the kitchen island facing out to the windows. I love that, especially when you have the living room kind of tucked off to the side, so you get a view even while you're doing the dishes. I like this waterfall island that they chose that is a bar top. Not seeing too many bar top kitchen islands these days, but I do think it can work in a plan like this where, you know, that bar seating is very useful because you still have a lot of space behind there. It's not like it's cutting into a living room or anything like that. And then I like that they kept the backsplash a little bit more simple, along with the cabinets simple, so that the island becomes the focal point with that waterfall and some really good veins in this countertop that they used here. And this is what I mentioned before. You're doing the dishes, you get a view off the windows and that sliding glass door in the back. I like that layout of this plan. Again, a lot to make a difference, so it's tough to imagine this home with the trees in the back, how much of a difference that would make. So what I like to do is I get my drone in the air when we're buying a piece of dirt and just buying the lot, trying to imagine a plan on there, and I go through these details of how would trees affect views, or you know, what would get in the way of a view. Is there a house in the back? And those are all things I think to weigh when you're trying to make a decision on where to build these plans. You'll see again in that inventory home there aren't trees that close, so the view, we'll get to it in a second. You'll see it's really good. And this one also has a good view in the owner's bedroom. We'll get up to the second floor later on in the video. Before we get there, let's cover downstairs here. We have a breakfast nook area off of the kitchen, and then they have a Butlers pantry, which does have its separate door, and a wine fridge. Really builds the dream of what's possible here, especially in your breakfast nook area. I would say that was a very big breakfast nook. 6-seater table in there, of course. And then I like some windows. You see the natural light, how much of a difference that makes, especially coming into the kitchen from that breakfast nook area. Moving along to the living room. One thing I get from buyers sometimes is they don't want to enter through their front door and just hit the living room right away. And they want a little bit more of a walkway into that living room, but they don't want the living room to cut into their backyard space, meaning the depth of the home is so deep that you get square footage there, but it ends up cutting into your backyard. And that's why I like this plan. If you take a look at where the stairwell is, the sitting area, which we'll come back to, the living room is off to the side, so it's not cutting into your backyard. And you still get a walkway out to that living room. You're not entering the front door and walking right out to it. And the advantage of having that is you get this great backyard space, this wraparound patio, and you're gonna see that view in a second. I love what they did here with the model home, where the patio area is right, those windows, if you see through there, that's actually the front door, so you can see from the front door right out to this view when you first walk in. Obviously in video, there's only so much I can capture here, but if you can imagine taking your morning cup of coffee, exiting your doors in your living room or the sitting area, and just enjoying a cup of coffee out here during sunrise or long day of work, you just need to de-stress and kind of like talk about the day. Doing that on this patio, what a dream builder. What a great way to kind of showcase this plan. Now we're gonna head back inside and show you the sitting area. That's what they're calling it. It's just this nook area, I would say, off of the living room, kitchen, and then in between those areas and the dining room, which we'll get to in a second. While we're heading over there, I do want to mention the community that we're in is in the estates of Flint Rock. CastleRock Homes is finishing out here, so they have a few inventory homes left. And this is located in Lakeway, Texas, which is southwest of Austin. Lakeway just has these rolling hills and these neighborhoods throughout them that have these dramatic views, and it's just gorgeous coming out here. If you come out here during sunset, I recommend going to the Grove Wine Bar in Lakeway. They have a fantastic view in their restaurant. And I think if you're just coming to visit, obviously you can't just walk into somebody's house to get a view. Sometimes you can do it if there's a model home available. But a lot of times if you just go to that restaurant, I think that really captures what's possible in Lakeway. And by the way, we're coming back to the dining room, and then we're going to head over to the study behind this. We're right back at the front door. But I want to finish my thought about Lakeway. Sometimes when you go through these neighborhoods and you're looking at lots, it's so tough to visualize. And I'll put my drone up in the air and I'll try to give it an idea of what a view would be like for a lot of my buyers that I work with. But what's funny is sometimes you don't even realize some of the rooms that would have a view in these homes that are built out. For example, I just had a client close in Lakeway, Texas, and we knew that there was going to be a view in the game room that they had, and the patio, and the living room. They had these amazing windows there. We knew that. We didn't realize is even the primary bathroom had a amazing view, and to see their faces walk into some of these places, just so rewarding to see that because it's beautiful. You know, waking up to these views in your bedroom or bathroom or living room area, it's just fantastic to see that, especially for people that are moving here. Just like me, they never realized that in Texas you can get these types of views and there is terrain. It's not all flat, and so I love seeing their faces when they see these things. Okay, getting back to the plan, that was, again, the study that we saw previously at the front door. This is going to be the powder bath, which I think is a good location for it. It's just kind of off that main entrance area, so you're not hitting it right when you walk in the front door. It's kind of tucked off to the side, but obviously still accessible for guests if they're coming from the main living area, right around the steps, as you can tell. And then we're going to head to the primary bedroom and bathroom and wait till you see this view. And this is what I was talking about if you could imagine waking up in your bedroom, and we'll get to that bathroom in a second. Definitely we'll spend some time there. But if you can imagine waking up and looking out to this is what it's all about. And I've mentioned Lakeway, Texas. Look, there are other suburbs in West Austin, in Leander, in Lago Vista, in Jonestown, in Spicewood. I could keep naming various suburbs and towns and cities that just have these views. These hills go for miles. This is definitely something to check out. By the way, that window is looking out to that patio area. So that patio had that view because there are no trees here kind of blocking the view. I like this desk that they have in here, you know, for some people who just need to work downstairs, maybe separate from the study, especially if there's two people working from home. There's a nook area for that, and I was just kind of showing you the view from your seat. But this is what it's all about, waking up to this, opening up those curtains, and seeing that great view. That's exactly why I came here, is to kind of show that, and wait till you see that on the second floor balcony. So I have quite a few people building homes now with second floor balconies, and always exciting to kind of see those come together, because a lot of people say, you know, hey, we work hard, why not have a place that you can kind of just go to at the end of the day, or to even just start your day, soak in that sun, and just you know, just relax. I think that's so great to have. Okay, moving along to the primary bathroom. They do have a freestanding tub, frameless glass shower. I like some of the touches they did here with the teal color as kind of like that accent band that goes all the way across the wall. In typical model home fashion, they put tile all the way around, even on the walls. I don't see too many homeowners do that. You know, that tile all the way around does get fairly costly. But hey, if that's something that you value, then that could be something to go for. You never know. And then I like what they did here in the shower. Check out the jets that are coming out there. So 4 jets and then a shower head above. And then tile all the way up to the ceiling, I think is a must in this shower. And I like these frameless glass showers. They do come with quite the price because usually the thickness of the glass is thicker, and that just comes with the cost again. But if you're going to be showering in there every day and at least you're going to get use out of it, then I think it's always good to put money into primary bathrooms. Secondary bathrooms, not so much, but if it's the second bedroom and bathroom downstairs, that's when it could be a little bit of a difference there. But good place to put your money right here, primary bathroom. And then we have a closet here. Of course, there are 2 closets. We're going to go through one more closet at the front of the bedroom. That one is bigger, and this one faces out to the back of the home, so that's why they had those windows there. Another great place to have natural light. Lots of windows in this primary bathroom, as well as the closet. And then this was that closet that I was getting to. I'm going to keep pointing back to that view because it's so great. Again, always good to have 2 closets, which I would say at this square footage is usually expected at this point. No need to battle with your partner on closet space. And while I'm saying that, I'm thinking about battling for even just drawer space when living in an apartment back in the day, but not a fun battle to do. That's definitely a certainty. So no need to have that battle here. Just 2 different closets, and both this one connected inside the bedroom, the other one through the bathroom, which is also good. So you're not kind of stepping over each other to get to each other's closets. It's just kind of all separated. I like these beams that they put in here. They did, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, some really good design touches on the interior. So that's it for the first floor. Let's head up to the second floor. I think I covered everything in here. I think it's just a hallway closet. And the upstairs, I love what they did here with the game room, all the different upgrades that they did up there as well. And by the way, this is a model home, so they tend to be upgraded beyond what your average homeowner does. So if I wasn't clear in the beginning, I want to be clear right now. Oftentimes people see a price online of a plan, then they see the model home and they think that that price matches the model home. It usually does not. You know, they don't do all these upgrades like you're seeing tile just in the stair tread. It's not something that a lot of builders are going to do on any inventory home. Almost every builder won't do that, I should say. And then sometimes people are seeing a base price online. They're not adding lot premium and upgrades. And this is why it makes sense to reach out to a buyer's agent such as myself, who's worked with builders before and can give you good pricing so that you don't walk through a model home, fall in love with the view, not realize that the pricing's out of budget, and then try to justify why you should go way over budget. Because I gotta tell you, when you see a view like this, sometimes people can make decisions that may not be best for them financially in the long run because they are so in love with what they're seeing, which I can understand why. That's why it's good to be prepared before going into all of these model homes. Getting back into the plan, we have a media room right off of that game room. This is a good way to see a media room where if the sizing's not massive, you can see here we can still fit, 5 chairs or a sofa and 3 chairs. I like what they did here on the design. Elementary, my dear Watson. There's some really good quotes in there if you want to pause or rewind and pause and take a look at that. And of course, there's a view with a flat screen on there. I actually think hanging up that flat screen might just give you a little bit more room too, instead of putting it on furniture. And I like how they put 2 tables here. It's almost like set up for a poker tournament of some sort, or maybe that's where my brain's going. Let me know what you would use this game room for in the comments. And like I showed you right when we walked in the front door, open to the second story, which I think is fantastic, especially with all those windows up there as well as up here. You can see all the natural light coming in. My camera actually just keeps exposing too much for it because there's just so much light there, and that's always a good thing. That means there's a lot of natural light coming in and there's just a lot of windows, which I think is great. This is the second floor balcony that I was mentioning previously. amazing. Below us, I believe it's that same patio area that we were at earlier. I like the wood stain that they did here, provides a good contrast. And again, this is the dream. Imagine just coming upstairs, hanging out. For me, I'm imagining just, having a beverage up here after a long day, and take a look at that view of Lakeway. Absolutely amazing. So much greenery back here. I love the backyard that I'm pointing down to. I will do my best to get back out to backyards. Sometimes when they're so high up like this, I can't get back out there and record and then come back in. Sometimes I'm on a time crunch too. I do try to get you the best visuals possible while I'm in between appointments in some of these areas. But at the end of the day, again, I think this view from this balcony it completely does it justice of what's possible here, but you still have to see it with your own eyes, because I love seeing people's reactions when they come out here and see it for themselves. Okay, so getting back to the plan, we had 2 bedrooms downstairs, 2.5 bathrooms downstairs. Upstairs, we have 3 bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms. So we're going to see these 2 bedrooms. It has a Jack and Jill full bathroom in between them. And the last bedroom we'll go through is going to have a balcony that goes out to the front of the home, which I think is very unique, very cool. Now, but while we go through these last bedrooms, I want to mention, if you're seeing this in early 2023 or even later, I think it's always entertaining to hear kind of what's happening right now and what we think is going to happen after that time has already passed. But if you're seeing it in early 2023, the bottom line is right now there is still a lot of inventory on market. And we have a great deal of inventory homes that builders have built. An inventory home, it just means that a builder decided to build that home without any buyer on it and then sell it while it's under construction. Now, why would a builder do that? It's because in 2022, there was a ton of supply chain disruption. Material costs were going up and down like crazy. You had this wild labor shortage, so it was tough to figure out when these homes would even finish. So bottom line is, builders did not know what their costs were on the back end. So why sell something when you don't even know what your costs are? So they waited. Now that a lot of these homes are completing and there's a lot of resales on market, there's pain in the market on these inventory homes for that reason. So my point in sharing that is, if you're interested in moving sooner than later, you don't want to go through like a 10, 12, or 14-month build process, then there could be a good opportunity right now, because builders stopped building inventory homes. We're no longer seeing as much supply chain disruption. We're no longer seeing as much labor shortages or material costs going up and down. It still exists, but on a much smaller level than 2022. And as that gets better, builders are not going to build inventory homes. They're just going to allow build from scratch. And so this could be a good opportunity for inventory homes. There are also lots of lots. How about that? There are a ton of lots available with views, but keep in mind, views still sell. So if you're looking at this view off this bedroom, I got to tell you, there are communities right now that had 30, 40 lots, and those lots sat in December of 2022 for weeks. No buyers, there's tech layoffs, interest rates are still high. They were just starting to calm down at that time, but all of a sudden when interest rates stabilized, the tech layoffs started to, ease up a little bit. All of a sudden, you have buyers piling into these view lots. And I'll give you an example. There's a community in Leander that had 40 lots available, 80-foot wide lots. You can build up to 5,600 square feet on those homes. All of them are now reserved or sold, and the reservations are going through at a 95% chance. Now, why does that happen? It's because when a few buyers buy, then all of a sudden they get the best lots, the best view lots, and somebody else comes in, they think they're never going to get into these view lots and they're never going to be able to build, so then they buy, and it starts this domino effect. And some of that is maybe 30 to 40 buyers just being a little bit irrational, but the point is that drives the market, and then there continues to be buyers that come in and think that they're going to lose out on getting a view like this off their front yard or what you saw previously in their backyard. And they just think, well, even at pricing that exists now, or even a 10 or 20 or $30,000 price increase, that's still not going to make a difference in wanting the view and wanting to move here. And that's why we continue to see activity in some neighborhoods. Now, other neighborhoods, you might have a ton of inventory and the builders are much more aggressive in pricing there. I think my point in all this is reach out to somebody who knows new construction inside and out. That is me. I tend to focus on what I'm really good at, and that is a lot of newer homes, new construction. In 12 months, I had 27 buyers contract with 17 different builders, and I know the good and the bad when it comes to builders. And so reach out to me if I think your criteria is a better fit for a realtor partner of mine. I do not hesitate to refer you to that realtor partner and connect you with somebody who I think would be of better value to you. So reach out to me either way, and I'm happy to help guide you through that process. And then if you've watched this video so far, like the video, it does support the channel, and subscribe for more model home walkthroughs. There are so many views out there with more inventory now on market. I can capture more of those views. So if you like that, subscribe to the channel, and I'll definitely put more on here. And if you like this model home walkthrough with CastleRock, you want to see another one, click on the thumbnail that's appeared on your screen. It may not be as big as this home, but still has some great finishes on the interior, and even has a yoga room in the backyard. Hope this helps. Take care.